do I do it, or do I chart that I did it? I mean, at the end of the day, I can't just chart it if I didn't do it. But if I do it and I don't chart it, that means I didn't do it. Child. Before we get into the video, make sure that you like my videos, you comment, and you subscribe. Also, go ahead and share my videos if you find them helpful. Help your girl out. Just go ahead and press share, copy link, send it to somebody's email, text message, or you can put it on Facebook, whatever. Put me out there, share my videos. Thank you very much. So this is not in any particular order, but we're going to just start off with number one, which is stress. Yes, stress. You hear all the time, I'm so stressed out. Oh my goodness, I am a hot mess. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, there's so much stress involved with nursing. Just think about yourself. You have to deal with yourself, your health, your emotions, your feelings, money issues, health issues, stuff going on in your house with your siblings, with your relationships, with your kids. There's so much going on with you. Now on top of that, you're taking care of other people who have those same issues, if not more. And on top of that, they're sick. And dealing with people, communicating with people, taking care of people, there's a such thing as like caregiver like fatigue and burnout. Because it's a lot to really take on the issues of another person. And usually with nursing, we have more than one patient. We might have 2 patients or 3 patients if you're in the ICU. You might have 8 patients, you might have 15, you might have 25, you might have 50 patients that you're taking care of at one given time. So that's a lot of pressure on nurses, and a lot of times we don't always get the support that we need in order to be successful in caring for these people. So that leads me to number 2, which is issues with management. Anywhere you really work, you're probably going to run into some issues with management, just because if it starts at the head, like the tail's not going to do any better. So if there's issues going on with management, there of course there's going to be issues going on amongst just regular employees, because the people that's supposed to be leading us are not leading us. There's a difference between being a manager and being a leader, and a lot of times those two do not come together. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's such thing as leading people and influencing people, and also encouraging and motivating, inspiring people to do what they're supposed to do and enjoy doing what they're supposed to do, even if the job is tough, versus somebody just managing over people and being like, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, good job. Like, there's a difference. And a lot of times you don't find managers who are also leaders. They're just people who manage people. That's it. And or manage a facility. So that's the issue in general with nursing, especially in nursing homes. You might find it becomes cliquey. They pick and choose who they like and who they don't like. They change the rules as they go. They say that they have your back, and then you turn around and don't have your back. So it can become an issue, especially if you're in the position where you have to discipline people, or you have to look over people, like as a charge nurse, and say you do something or you say something to an aide or another nurse underneath you, and you think that management is going to back you up, and they don't, and then you look like you're not in control. You look like, you know, nothing to the people that you're supposed to be working over. So management, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. That's all I gotta say. Next one is people just simply lose their passion for it. They come into it, you know, with these bright eyes, and they have certain expectations of how things are supposed to be, and then they may or may not be able to meet those expectations when they're actually working in the field. Which leads to number 4, which I know I didn't really go over number 3 a lot, but number 4 is you really don't know what to expect. Some people honestly don't realize how much work the nurses do. I remember I did a video talking about like the day in the life of LPN or something like that recently, and I'll link it for you all. But I did it, and somebody was like, dang, LPNs do this much? Like, gosh, I didn't realize it was that much work. Like, as far as taking orders and communicating with families, communicating with patients, going back and forth with doctors. The doctor calls, you get your order, you talk to the family, they say, oh, I don't want that. You got to call the doctor back. Oh, da, da, da. And you got to go back and forth, back and forth. You have to manage your patients and see, okay, who do I go to first? You have to manage your CNAs or people under you, or you have to manage other nurses. And you have to also deal with whatever's going on with you as well. And then somebody over here just failed, and this person over here is having signs and symptoms of a heart attack. You know, this person just came through the door, you got to start doing their admission and call the doctor and get orders. Like, it's just a lot, which leads back to number 1, which is stress, and just managing that stress and the workload that they put on nurses is ridiculous, which goes back to number 2, which is issues with management. Like, the fact that management doesn't really lead people. They just sit over you and say, do this, do that, you did that wrong. Whoop you do, I'm about to go, I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's so much that can happen with nursing. There's so much can happen in a facility, and a lot of times if it's not managed well, it's a hot mess. and I mean, I'm going in circles here because you can see how everything gets connected. So it goes back to number 4, which is you lose your passion. You realize I'm spending so much time doing paperwork and I'm not even having time to actually sit down, talk to my patients, look at their skin, ask them questions, be able to help them to get through a stressful situation, talk to them, get the information I need to get from them. I'm not actually here to nurse people. I'm just shuffling through paperwork just so that everything looks good and we don't get in trouble from the state. That's really where a lot of things have moved towards in nursing. I hear a lot of nurses say, like, it's just way too much paperwork nowadays. Like, I'm buried in paperwork and I don't even have time for my patients. And it's really crazy because, I mean, a lot of people go into this field in order to help people, not to just fill out papers when somebody falls, or fills out papers to say whether or not somebody is at risk for skin breakdown, and we know that they're at risk. We can clearly look at them and tell, and we still don't even follow through with what's supposed to be done, or I don't even have time to follow through with my nursing interventions because I'm filling out the paperwork to say what my nursing interventions are, and it can just be like, what's the point? People lose their passion. Yes, the money is there. Yes, there's flexibility. Yes, there's all these different great things that come with being a nurse. But if you're not able to feel that connection with your patients and to feel like you're actually making a difference and you're doing things to help your patients, to heal your patients, it can be hard for a person who actually wants to do those things to continue to do them no matter how much they're getting paid. It's you really can get burnt the hell out from it. Unfortunately, it happens. And back to number 4, it not being what you expected. I just think that nursing schools don't always necessarily do the number 1%. They don't always show you how things actually are going to be. They just kind of teach you, oh, these are the health issues a person could have, and oh, these are little scenarios you can have in order to discipline, you know, people under you, yada yada yada. Like, it's how you deal with conflict. But they don't really give you the rundown of, okay, boom, we had clinicals, this is your day. You are an actual nurse. These are your actual patients. This is what we're gonna do. Like, it's just like, oh, let's just fill out what medications they're taking and we can just spend all this time on one patient. And they tell you while you're in nursing school, you got one patient now and you see you're having issues. Just imagine when you get out here, you're gonna have 12 patients, 15 patients. They just kind of like scare you with the idea that when you get out here, you're gonna be actually out here, but they don't actually give you the tools you need to be successful, I feel like. I mean, you just kind of get thrown out there and you just gotta fend for yourself. And some people, they can't adapt to it, or like I said, it's not what they expected, and they're just like, wait, hold on, I didn't know we were supposed to be doing all this. Like, this is not what I signed up for. Okay, I thought nurses just sit at the desk and do paperwork. Let me know in the comment section if you were a CNA or something else before you did nursing. You thought nurses just sat down and did paperwork. Let me know. I mean, like I said before, a lot of it is paperwork, but that's not all that we do. There's so much to it, but it all really does come down to the paperwork, because they always say, we didn't chart it, you didn't do it. Which is another thing. It's just like, do I do it or do I chart that I did it? I mean, at the end of the day, I can't just chart it if I didn't do it. But if I do it and I don't chart it, that means I didn't do it. Child. You see why people quit nursing? The last thing is they don't give it enough time. Some people, they do it, they go to a facility, they come out of nursing school, they start the facility, they do it for like a month, they're like, I hate this, oh my goodness, this is not what I signed up for, I'm done. You have to give it time. I remember when I transitioned from CNA to LPN in my job, I remember talking to a nurse, shout out Tamara. She was like, just give it a year and just go from there. Don't leave here without giving it a year. Get some solid experience and then go from there and see what you want to do. And I really encourage all new nurses to do that as well. And I'm going to have a new video coming out for my tips for new nurses, a revamp of my old video that I have. But yeah, definitely stay where you're at for a little bit just to give it an idea if this is for you or not. And it's just a huge adjustment. But don't just step away from it like I'm just done with it, because you spent so much time and energy going to nursing school. Like, you should really stick out and see if it's for you, and just know that there's so many different avenues in nursing. It's not just a nursing home or home health or a hospital. Like, there's a plethora of opportunities out here for nurses. I mean, look at me, I'm on YouTube as a freaking nurse. So there's so many different opportunities. So those are my top 5 reasons why people quit nursing. If you have any more reasons, put them in the comment section. Again, share my videos, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Peace. Y'all like the new hair color? What is in my hair? See, I gotta go. Bye, y'all.